Hello, and welcome back to Stu Structures. It's 2018. We're going to get on a roll this year, so stay tuned. Okay, so it's 2018. We're going to get started into quite a few projects here. I'm going to finally be able to get back to loading videos. I've had a lot of problems this year. So anyway, I apologize for how long it's been since I put up my last video. I appreciate the subscribers. I've picked up a few since I've been kind of in a standstill mode. But anyway, several things have happened in the last several months are the reasons I haven't been on here. I've had to move the area in the house. My wife likes to rearrange quite frequently, so I've had to move the area where my shop is. So I'm set up in a different area. I've got a picture frame putting together for some prints I've had for a long time. I'm going to get some actual railroad photographs on the wall here. I've also had some computer problems. I started this with an old laptop computer, which the screen is about, it's a little less than 50% blacked out, but it was hard to see on. That's why I had bought the monitor here behind me to help me with that. But anyway, I revamped an older computer that has a little better memory, and I'm just going to dedicate it to videos so I don't have a lot of other stuff eating up my memory and stuff and slowing down the computer. So hopefully there'll be less issues with that. I had brought a couple of cheap cameras in the hopes that they would do what I needed for this, and they didn't. So I've kind of corrected that situation as well. But even, I couldn't even get online to do Hangouts with the YouTube model builders, which if you guys aren't familiar with them, it's a bunch of people that have their own YouTube channels that do HO scale and, well, all scales of model railroading, and do videos on how-tos on quite different things. So check out YouTube Model Builders. It's a good organization. They also do shows of their own several times a month with specialty shows, and then a live hangout every Thursday night where you can go on and hang out in the chat or get online and ask questions and stuff, and some of the leading experts in the country try to help you solve problems or teach you how to do things. One thing about my new space is that I did end up with several shelves. I had a few of my locomotives sitting out in the other room. A lot of these need to be worked on. I haven't had them out of their packages in years and years and years, but I like my steam. That's primarily the era that I model. So it was nice to have all these out for some inspiration and be able to pick them up and play with them and work on them from time to time. Several things are going to happen this year. I'm going to continue the videos on the building builds. I've got one more that I've been working on for the final video for the tower build. I'm just finishing the exteriors right now. I'm going to save the interior and the weathering for later on down the road. I'm really kind of anxious to get started on another building, which will be the Beanery, or the original hotel. A couple other sponsors, which I will go more into on that video, entry video into that, and push that a little bit more. But Ron's Trains and Things is also another very good channel. He models an N scale, but a lot of the things pertain to other scales as well. So tune into his channel and watch some of the things he's doing. I've also talked to a couple different people, and I'm going to do some small road trips. There are things that are fairly local here. But one of the leading wood kit, laser kit manufacturers is here in this local area, and I've talked to him, so I'm going to go out and do a video on some of his shop area and what he does, and do an interview with him, and make you aware of the kits and stuff he produces. He does some really good stuff, and they're really highly spoke of throughout the modeling community. And also there's some scenic railroads and stuff in the area here, and John Smith is the CEO of the Durbin and Greenbrier Railroad, which runs all of these railroads for the state of West Virginia, who owns the track rights. But he's got a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and they're really making some headways. Some of the entry video scenes that I've done into some of my previous videos have been on locations in some of his areas, so we're going to do more on that and make you aware of what he's got going on, because if you're ever through West Virginia, this stuff is just incredible, and a lot of people don't even know it's here, so it's a great place to go to look at railroads and stuff. in any case, we're going to do those 2 visits and road trips, and with all that going on through the year, I'm sure a couple other things will pop up that I'd like to go into on video as well. The Fredericksburg, Virginia Railroad Museum that I did a video on previously has gotten in the trailers and are ready to move in their model railroad into them, and they're working on several things there, so that museum is coming along and I'm associated with them. So I'll probably do another video later in the year as they progress and let you know where they stand with stuff. But that's another good place to go visit and look at. It's more pertains to more behind the scenes with the track maintenance crews and the tools and that type of thing that they used to use years ago. Good history place. And also, that's about it for the videos this year. I did get several kits and stuff for Christmas this year. You always buy yourself the best Christmas presents, okay? That's just a given. Everybody knows that. My wife and everybody, we had a really nice Christmas. I hope everybody out there did as well. But right before Christmas, when I was in Virginia, I had the opportunity to go to a trade show. I had to miss several model railroad shows this year, and I've been really disappointed all year. But at this one show, I was able to visit, and I just came on some really good things. And while my channel is really geared more towards prototypical railroad buildings, I came across all these buildings and I just couldn't pass them up. Here's a laser kit. I've never done a lot of wood laser structures, but this was marked at $5. I got it for $4, I think, with a bunch of other stuff that I bought at the same time. Really nice wood laser kit, so we're going to be working on that at some point in time. I mean, there was a pipe stuff building. This little warehouse structure was $4. I couldn't pass that up. It's past the model error that I do, but maybe I'll build it and do a how-to on it, and maybe put it out there for sale on eBay or something like that. A couple of Campbell scaled structures, old Craftsman kits from a long time ago. There was a couple of DPM kits there. One of these I've had before. And then there's one other one that I have not had, which is a really nice building, but they were $4 a piece. I couldn't pass that up. Really nice buildings for a town thing. And one thing I did order for myself was, I was really curious about these because I've been seeing them online for a long time, and I'll go more into them a little later. But these kits I bought, there's several of them here. Let's see what we got. Where's my other sheet? Oh, there we go. These kits I got as a bundle, so that I got them relatively cheap on eBay. Railway Design Associates, RDA. I don't know if any of you have seen them listed online. Their pictures were really good for the building, so I was just curious. I work a lot with plastics. Some people say plastics are really hard, like to make look like stone or wood or things like that, and they do take some work, but you can receive end results that are really, really good quality results if you take your time and practice and learn how to weather and paint and do all the things that's necessary to make plastic look that way. Anyway, these were really, really nice kits, and as a bundle for 3 of them, I just went ahead and picked them up because I just couldn't pass them up, so they were really a good buy. So anyway, there's all that stuff. I know that's not really primarily what my channel's about, but I've gotten side-tripped already into road trips and other things like that. So we'll go ahead and proceed with the year, and maybe I'll get one of these thrown in this year or not. I did start working on one. This is just one kit that installs these 3 buildings together. It's an ironworks company. Anyway, the molding is a little rough on them. You've really got to work with it. You can get a good end result, but it does take a little more work than, say, a Walters kit, which goes together real clean and has very little flashing. So anyway, maybe we'll get into that more later in the year. Anyway, again, I apologize for not having anything up in a while. My next video should be out in the next week. And from then on, I'll try to do one every week until I get back to work in April or so. Then maybe every other week. But this year, I'm going to try to do a little better than I did towards the end of this last year. We got a lot of good stuff coming up, so stay tuned, and I appreciate you watching my channel. If you have comments, put them down below. I don't do a lot of links and stuff. I'm going to have to start adding links into my description for some of the stuff that I use and things that I do. I don't really have sponsors on my channel, so I don't really want to promote a lot of sponsors and stuff that I'm having to pay for their stuff, and they're not sponsoring me. So anyway, I do always tell you what I'm using, and then kind of leave it up to you to find it on your own. But I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned something from these videos through the year, and that you enjoy watching them. Subscribe to the channel. We do have a lot of stuff coming up this year, and I promise they'll be a little more timely of a fashion than they have been in the past. And hit the like and share down below as well, and turn some of your friends on that are into model railroading. And we'll see you shortly with another video. Thank you very much.